2 years. That's how long it took for the phone to buzz. 04:30 a.m. William hadn't slept through the night since Yemen. The message was anonymous, just an address, Fort Sailor Disposition Center, and 3 words, Rex is here. William's chest tightened. Rex, the Belgian Malinois who took shrapnel meant for Wyatt, the dog who dragged his handler to cover under enemy fire, the dog who earned a Purple Heart, was supposed to be retired with honors, not this. William pulled up to the facility as the sun broke over the fence line. The smell hit him first. Fear, neglect, decay. He walked past the front gate, past the sterile office with its American flag and framed photos of smiling soldiers with their canine partners, and into the back lot. 12 cages, 12 dogs, heroes, warriors, shivering on concrete, ribs visible through dull coats, eyes that had seen combat now filled with confusion. And there, in the back corner, Rex. The dog that should have been living like a king was curled in a cage barely big enough to turn around. His coat was matted, one ear notched from a firefight in Kandahar, his tail tucked low. A clipboard hung on the fence. Lot 7, aggressive disposition. Starting bid $200. William's jaw clenched. A man in a crisp Navy uniform approached. Lieutenant Commander Maverick, soft hands, smug smile, the kind of officer who'd never seen real dirt. "Can I help you, sir?" William's voice was steady, dangerous. "Yeah, you can tell me why a Purple Heart recipient is being auctioned off like scrap metal." Maverick's smile didn't falter. "These animals failed behavioral assessments. They're unfit for service. We're simply recouping costs through approved channels." William stepped closer. Approved by who? "That's classified." Classified. William looked at Rex again. The dog's eyes met his. Recognition flickered, then fear. Not of William, but of hope. Hope that might be taken away again. William turned back to Maverick. "I'm buying them." "Excuse me?" "All 12. Name your price." Maverick's expression shifted. Annoyance, then calculation. "Sir, these are bulk military assets. The auction process is—" "I don't care about your process." William pulled out his phone. Bank account, life savings, Wyatt's death benefits that he'd never touched. $48,000 right now, or I make one phone call to every news outlet in this country and tell you you're selling war heroes to dogfighters. The auctioneer, a nervous man in khaki, stepped forward. "We can't just—" William's eyes cut to him, the 1,000-yard stare, the look that came from watching brothers die. The man stepped back. Maverick's jaw tightened. "Fine, sign here." As William signed the papers, his hand shook, not from fear, from rage, because he knew this wasn't about failed assessments. This was something else, something darker, and he was going to find out what. Subscribe to see how this unfolds, and comment where you're watching from. I will love to say hello to you just to know how far our story is going. Chapter 1, The Whistleblower, 3:30 to 8:15. The dogs were his, but William had no proof, no leverage, and Maverick knew it. The smug look on his face as William loaded the 12 dogs into a borrowed trailer said everything. "Enjoy your new pets, Mr. Miles. I'm sure they'll be very happy in whatever situation you can provide." William didn't respond. He just drove. The dogs whimpered in the back. Rex pressed against the crate door, watching him. Where do you take 12 traumatized military dogs when the system wants them gone? His phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Don't go home. They're watching you." William pulled over. "Who is this?" "Someone who tried to stop this. Meet me at Ruby's Diner, Route 29, 1 hour. Come alone." Click. William looked in the rearview mirror. A black sedan, 2 cars back. Had been there since the base. He took a side road.
The sedan followed. 40 minutes later, William walked into Ruby's diner. A woman sat in the back booth, late 30s, tired eyes, white coat folded beside her. Dr. Elsie Brown, veterinarian, former Fort Sailor staff. She didn't look up as he sat down. "You're the one who bought them. How did you—" Because I knew someone would ask questions. She slid a folder across the table. Medical records, behavioral assessments, all stamped aggressive, unfit for service. He opened the first file. Rex. Subject displays extreme prey drive and handler aggression, unpredictable in civilian environments, recommended for immediate disposal. He looked up. "This is fake. All of it." Dr. Brown's voice cracked. "I refused to sign off on it. I told them these dogs were healthy, deployable, that retiring them was criminal. What happened? I was transferred to a desk job in Alaska within 72 hours. They buried me." She leaned forward. "But before I left, I made copies. Every file they falsified, every email chain, every order that came down from above. Why are they doing this? I don't know, but someone very powerful wants these dogs gone, and they don't care who they hurt to make it happen." William's phone buzzed again. Different number. A photo, the black sedan, parked outside the diner, and a message: "You need to move those dogs, tonight. I can help, but we're running out of time." Dr. Brown saw his face. "What is it? Someone else is watching. Then you need allies, Mr. Miles, real ones." She wrote an address on a napkin. "Harper Smith. She runs a shelter outside Richmond, off the books, for dogs like these. If you can get them there, she'll keep them safe while we figure this out." William stood up. "Why are you helping me?" Dr. Brown's eyes welled up. "Because I took an oath, and I'm tired of watching good soldiers get betrayed, human or otherwise."
Chapter 2. The Safe House, 8:15 to 12:45. Harper Smith's shelter didn't look like much. A converted barn on 20 acres of farmland, faded red paint, rusted hinges. But the moment William opened the trailer, Harper was there. Early 40s, dirt under her nails, scars on her hands from bites and claws. The kind of scars you earn saving lives. She didn't ask questions, just started moving dogs, gently, whispering to each one, "You're safe now. You're home." Rex was the last one out. He hesitated at the door. Harper knelt down, eye level, no sudden moves. "Hey, warrior, I know you're scared, but that man right there, he drove all night for you. So let's give him a chance, yeah?" Rex stepped down, slowly. His nose twitched. Fresh air, grass, freedom. For the first time in months, his tail lifted, just slightly. William felt his throat tighten. Harper looked at him. "He remembers you." "He remembers Wyatt." She nodded. "Then we owe it to Wyatt to keep him safe, all of them." That night, William sat in the barn. Rex curled up beside him, still nervous, still broken, but breathing. Harper brought coffee. "Dr. Brown called me, told me what you found." "Falsified records, a cover-up, but I don't know why." "Follow the money." William looked up. "What?" "In my experience, when the military lies about animals, it's never about the animals. It's about contracts. Someone's making money off this." Before William could respond, his phone lit up again, the unknown number from earlier. This time, a voice message, shaky, terrified. "Mr. Miles, my name is Sergeant Aaron Hudson. I work logistics at Fort Sailor. I've been watching what Maverick's been doing for 6 months, and I think I know why he's retiring the dogs. But if I come forward, I'm a dead man. If you want the truth, meet me tomorrow, midnight, the old supply depot off base, and for God's sake, don't trust anyone in uniform." Harper's face went pale. "That's a setup." "Maybe."
William, if they're willing to kill dogs to hide this, what do you think they'll do to a whistleblower? William stood. Then I guess I'd better make sure he stays alive. Rex's ears perked up. He looked at William, then at the door, like he knew the fight wasn't over. It was just beginning. Chapter 3. The Insider, 1245 to 1730. Midnight. The old supply depot was a graveyard of rusted equipment and forgotten vehicles. William arrived early, positioned himself with a sight line on every entrance. Old habits. A car pulled up, headlights off. A man got out, young, maybe 25, sergeant's stripes. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. Sergeant Aaron Hudson. William stepped out of the shadows. Jesus. Relax, you called me. Hudson's hands shook as he pulled out a tablet. I shouldn't be here. If Maverick finds out I contacted you, he won't. Talk. Hudson swiped through files. 6 months ago, I noticed something weird in our procurement orders. We were ordering new canines at twice the normal rate, but we weren't losing dogs in the field, so where were they going? He pulled up a spreadsheet. Then I saw the disposal authorizations. Healthy dogs, combat-certified dogs, all being retired early with fabricated behavioral issues. Why? Hudson's voice dropped. Because every time a dog gets retired, it creates a vacancy, and every vacancy triggers a new procurement order to the same contractor. He turned the tablet. A logo. Ace Global Defense Solutions. Who runs it? Leo Teddy, former Pentagon procurement officer, now the private contractor. And in the last 18 months, he's sold the military 47 new canines at $85,000 each. William did the math. $4 million. But it gets worse. Hudson pulled up an email chain. From Lieutenant Commander Maverick to l.teddy@aceglobal.com. Subject, Q4 inventory adjustment. We need to accelerate the retirement schedule. Board review is coming, and we need to show demand. Can you have 12 new units ready by November? Response, consider it done. Our usual arrangement? Maverick, 20%, same account. William's blood went cold. He's been paid off. For every dog Maverick retires, Teddy gets a new contract, and Maverick gets a kickback. It's a $40 million scheme. And those 12 dogs you bought, they were supposed to be destroyed last week to make room for the next batch. Hudson's hands trembled harder. But there's something else, something I didn't understand until I saw your name on the auction list. He pulled up another file. Operation Sandstorm, Yemen, 2 years ago. William's world stopped. What does Yemen have to do with this? Your team was sent into that compound based on intelligence provided by an external contractor. The intelligence was flagged as questionable by 3 separate analysts, but it was pushed through anyway. By who? Hudson's voice broke. Ace Global Defense Solutions. They were the primary intelligence subcontractor for that operation. The tablet screen showed a memo from l.teddy@aceglobal.com. Subject, Sandstorm, time sensitive. Intel confidence is 60%, but window is closing. Recommend immediate action. Below it, a response. Confidence too low. Request additional verification. And Teddy's reply, verification will take 72 hours. By then, the target will be gone. Execute now or scrub mission. Your call. William's vision blurred. They knew the intel was bad, but Ace Global was 3 weeks away from a contract review. If the mission got delayed, it would have triggered an audit, and the canine procurement fraud would have been exposed. Hudson's voice was barely a whisper. They sent your team into a trap, not because the mission mattered, but because a man in a suit decided a contract was worth more than a life. Where's Teddy now? I don't know, but Maverick's planning something. I heard him on the phone yesterday. He said the inventory needed to be liquidated before the NCIS audit. William's head snapped up. The dogs? He's going to kill them tomorrow night, make it look like an accident, and without the physical evidence, the whole case falls apart. William grabbed the tablet. I need this, all of it. Take it. I've got backups. But William, these people have killed before. They'll do it again. Let 'em try. Hudson started to leave, then stopped. Your friend, Wyatt, did he have family? A mother, Virginia. Then do it for her, because she deserves to know her son didn't die for nothing.
William drove back to Harper's shelter, the tablet burning a hole in his passenger seat. He couldn't unsee it. The emails, the timeline, the moment someone decided Wyatt's life was worth less than $85,000. Harper was waiting. So was Dr. Brown. And Rex. Always Rex. William set the tablet on the table. I need you to see something. For the next hour, they went through everything. The procurement fraud, the falsified medical records, the email chains, and then Operation Sandstorm. Dr. Brown's hand covered her mouth. Harper's eyes filled with tears. They murdered him. William's voice was hollow. They murdered him to protect a dog-selling scheme. Rex sensed the tension. He pressed against William's leg. A reminder, this wasn't just about revenge. It was about the 12 lives currently sleeping in the barn. Dr. Brown spoke first. We need to go to the authorities. NCIS, FBI, someone. With what? A stolen tablet and the word of a terrified sergeant? These people have connections, money, power. Harper stood. Then we make them powerless. We get the dogs somewhere they can't touch them, and we get this evidence to someone who can't be bought. William looked at her. You know someone? Captain Barbara Davis, NCIS. She investigated a dogfighting ring I helped bust 3 years ago. She's clean, decorated, and she hates corruption more than anyone I've ever met. Will she help? If we can prove it, but she'll need the physical evidence, the dogs, their medical records, everything. William's phone buzzed. Hudson. Maverick just moved up the timeline. He's liquidating the dogs tonight, 02 a.m. You've got 4 hours. The line went dead. Harper's face went white. We can't move 12 traumatized dogs in 4 hours. The stress alone could... We don't have a choice. William stood. Dr. Brown, I need you to call Captain Davis. Tell her everything. Tell her we'll have the evidence by dawn. What are you going to do? William looked at Rex. The dog who'd saved Wyatt's life. The dog who deserved to live. I'm going to keep my promise. 0300 hours. The Fort Sailor Disposition Center was dark, silent, but not empty. William crouched at the fence line, Harper beside him, bolt cutters in hand. Hudson had texted the security rotation. 6-minute window, 1 guard, north entrance. This is insane, Harper whispered. I know. We could go to prison. I know. Then why? Because if I don't, 12 dogs die, and Wyatt's death means nothing. Harper nodded. Then let's go get our boys. The fence snapped. They moved low, fast, military precision. The disposition building was a concrete block, 1 door, no windows. Hudson had left it unlocked. William pulled it open. The smell hit them. Ammonia, fear, death. 12 cages, but only 8 dogs. William's heart stopped. Where are the others? Harper moved down the line, checking tags. They're gone. Maverick already... A sound. Footsteps. Outside. William killed his flashlight. Voices. I don't care if the paperwork isn't done. I want them gone tonight. All of them. Burn the records. Burn the cages. I want this place scrubbed by morning. Maverick. Harper's eyes went wide. They were trapped. 1 exit, 8 dogs, and a man willing to kill to protect his secrets. William made a decision. He pulled out his phone, typed a message to Hudson. Need a distraction. North Gate. Now. 30 seconds. Nothing. Then, boom! An explosion. The North Gate. Floodlights. Alarms. Maverick's radio squawked. Sir, we have a breach at... Go. All units. Footsteps running. William didn't wait. Move. They loaded the dogs, one by one. Rex went last. He looked at William, trust in his eyes, then climbed into the van. Harper started the engine. William jumped in. Headlights. A vehicle, blocking the exit. Maverick stepped out, gun drawn. You really thought you could steal military property? William's hand moved to his own weapon. Harper grabbed his arm. Don't! He's going to kill us anyway. No, he's going to try. She looked at Rex. Rex, attack. For 2 years, Rex had been beaten down, broken, told he was worthless. But in that moment, he remembered who he was, what he was trained to do. The cage door burst open, 80 pounds of Belgian Malinois fury. Rex hit Maverick's gun arm. The weapon flew. Maverick screamed. Harper floored it. The van surged forward. Maverick dove out of the way. They crashed through the gate barrier, metal screeching, sparks flying. The van fishtailed onto the highway. Behind them, sirens wailed, but they were gone. William looked back. Rex sat between the other dogs, panting, tail high, a warrior again. Good boy, Rex. The dog's ears perked up, and for the first time in 2 years, William smiled. Dawn broke over Harper's shelter. 3 NCIS vehicles, 2 FBI units. Captain Barbara Davis stepped out. 48 years old, 23 years of service, and a reputation for taking down dirty officers. She looked at the 8 dogs, then at the tablet, then at William. You broke 17 federal laws getting this. I know. You could spend the next decade in Leavenworth. I know. She looked at Rex. Your friend, Wyatt Nicky, he was your handler. My brother. Davis nodded slowly. I read the after-action report from Yemen. It said intelligence failure, fog of war. It was murder. Davis pulled out her phone, dialed. This is Captain Davis. I need warrants for Lieutenant Commander James Maverick and Leo Teddy of Ace Global Defense Solutions. Charges include fraud, conspiracy, and... She paused, looking at William. Negligent homicide resulting in the death of Petty Officer Wyatt Nicky. She hung up. I can't promise you justice, Mr. Miles, but I can promise you I'll fight for it. 6 hours later, FBI agents surrounded Ace Global headquarters. Leo Teddy was at the airport. First-class ticket to Dubai, a duffel bag with $200,000 in cash. He never made it to security. 4 agents tackled him in the terminal, handcuffs, cameras flashing, his Italian suit torn, his gold watch scratched. Greed arrested. At Fort Sailor, Captain Davis personally placed the cuffs on Maverick. He was in his dress whites, preparing for a commendation ceremony. Lieutenant Commander James Maverick, you are arrested for conspiracy to commit fraud, falsification of medical records, and obstruction of justice. He tried to smile, that same smug expression. You can't prove. We have the laptop, we have the emails, we have 8 dogs whose medical records prove you're a liar, and we have a dead Navy SEAL whose mother deserves answers. The smile died. Maverick was led out in handcuffs, past the same officers he'd manipulated, past the same building where he'd sold heroes, into a squad car. Finished. 3 days later, William drove a truck down a quiet Virginia street, Rex in the passenger seat, the dog's head out the window, tasting freedom. The house was small, white picket fence, a garden out front, wind chimes on the porch. William's hands shook on the steering wheel. 2 years. He'd carried this promise for 2 years, and now he had to face her, Lily Nicky, the woman who'd lost her only son,
because of someone else's greed. He parked. Rex sensed something. His tail started wagging, slowly at first, then faster. William opened the door. Rex jumped down, nose to the ground, searching. The front door opened. A woman stepped out. Silver hair pulled back, simple cardigan, lines on her face carved by grief. Lily Nicky. She saw the dog. Her hand flew to her mouth. "Rex?" The dog's ears shot up. He remembered. The voice. The smell. Home. Rex bolted across the lawn. Lily dropped to her knees. The dog crashed into her, licking her face, whining, spinning in circles. She sobbed, her arms wrapped around him. "Oh my God! Oh my God! You brought him home!" William stood at the truck, his throat too tight to speak. Lily looked up, tears streaming. You're William. Wyatt talked about you. He said if anything happened, you'd—" She couldn't finish. William walked forward, slowly. "Ma'am, I'm sorry it took so long." "Sorry? You brought my boy's partner home. You kept your promise." She stood, still holding Rex's collar. "Wyatt told me what you two did over there. He said you were the best man he ever knew, and I see now he was right." William's voice cracked. "I should have saved him." Lily stepped forward, put her hand on his cheek. "You did, son. You just did." 30 days later. Epilogue. The Wyatt Nicky Foundation for Retired Military Canines opened on a cold November morning. 20 acres, indoor kennels with heating, outdoor runs, a medical facility, and a memorial wall, with Wyatt's photo and 12 dog tags, the dogs that started it all. William stood at the ribbon cutting, Captain Davis beside him, Dr. Brown, Harper, Sergeant Hudson, who'd been given immunity and a new assignment, and Lily Nicky, holding Rex's leash. The cameras flashed, local news, national coverage. The story had gone viral. Navy SEAL exposes $40 million conspiracy to honor fallen brother. But William didn't care about the headlines. He cared about the dog at the end of Lily's leash, the dog who was finally home, the dog that represented a promise kept. As the ceremony ended, William walked to the memorial wall. He placed his hand on Wyatt's photo. "I got him home, brother. I got them all home." Rex walked up beside him, sat, looked at the photo, then at William, then back at Wyatt's face. His tail thumped twice, a salute, a thank you, a goodbye. And for the first time since Yemen, William Miles felt at peace. The war was over, the promise was kept, and the heroes, all of them, were finally home. The world doesn't change because of superheroes. It changes because of ordinary people who refuse to look away. William Miles could have cashed that check and moved on, but he didn't. He asked questions, he fought back, and he saved 12 lives that the system had thrown away. Right now, there are thousands of retired military dogs waiting for their William, waiting for someone to see them, to fight for them, to bring them home. Don't look away. Share this story. Be the voice for the heroes who can't speak. And if this story moved you, if you believe that promises matter, that loyalty matters, that doing the right thing matters, then subscribe to see how this unfolds and comment what you think about the story, because stories like this need to be told, and heroes like Rex need to be remembered. Class dismissed.